Have you ever felt like it's too late to chase your dream? Like the world moved on without you, and you're standing there, wondering if it's even worth trying anymore? Maybe you failed more times than you can count. Maybe you're starting to believe the lie that says, it's over for me. But let me introduce you to someone who turned failure into fuel. Someone who proved that age doesn't define your future. Someone who built an empire when most people are thinking about retirement. His name? Colonel Harland Sanders. Yes, the man behind Kentucky Fried Chicken. But this isn't a story about fast food. This is a story about persistence, about refusing to give up when life gives you every reason to quit. And if you stick with me for the next few minutes, you'll walk away with life advice that can shift your mindset, maybe even change your life. Let's rewind the clock. Harland Sanders was born in 1890 in a small town in Indiana. Life wasn't easy. His father died when he was just 6 years old. Imagine that, being a little boy and suddenly becoming the man of the house. His mother had to work long hours just to put food on the table, so Harland had to grow up fast. By age 7, he was cooking. By 10, he was managing household chores. By 12, he was working full-time. And by 16, he dropped out of school completely. From there, he bounced around from one job to another. Farmhand, streetcar conductor, railroad worker. He studied law, but lost that career after a courtroom fight. He tried selling insurance, operating a ferry boat, working in tire sales, and even being a secretary. Each attempt ended in disappointment. Each new path ended in failure. And yet, he kept going. Life advice number 1. Your failures are not the end. They are preparation. Most people see failure as a full stop. Colonel Sanders saw it as punctuation, a comma, a pause. He didn't see setbacks as rejection. He saw them as redirection. In his 40s, things started to shift. He began running a small service station in Corbin, Kentucky. There, he cooked meals for travelers passing through. Just simple Southern cooking, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, biscuits. People loved it. Word spread. His chicken wasn't just good. It was memorable. He realized something important. He didn't need to be everything. He just needed to be great at one thing, cooking. So he opened a restaurant right next to the gas station. He refined his fried chicken recipe, using a blend of 11 herbs and spices that would eventually become legendary. And for the first time in decades, things were looking up. But just when he thought he had found his breakthrough, life hit him again. The government built a new highway, and it bypassed his restaurant completely. Traffic and customers vanished. His business collapsed. He lost everything. And this wasn't when he was young and full of energy. This was when he was 65 years old, broke, living off a $105 Social Security check. Most people would have thrown in the towel. He didn't. Life advice number 2. Age is just a number. Doubt is the real enemy. Colonel Sanders didn't say, I'm too old. He said, I've still got something the world needs. He packed up his pressure cooker, brought his chicken recipe, and hit the road. He drove across the country, stopping at diners and restaurants, offering his recipe in exchange for a small percentage of profits. He believed in his chicken. He believed in himself. But the world didn't believe right away. In fact, he was rejected 1,009 times. Let that sink in. He got told no over 1,000 times before someone finally said yes. Life advice number 3. Rejection is not the end. It's just part of the journey. Most people quit after 3 no's, some after 10. Imagine getting rejected 100 times, 200, 500. Would you still keep going? Colonel Sanders did, because he understood one thing. Every no brought him closer to the yes that mattered. And finally it happened. The 1,010th restaurant owner said yes. That one yes turned into another, then another and another. Soon, KFC franchises were spreading across America. By his early 70s, Colonel Sanders had over 600 restaurants using his recipe. Eventually, he sold the company for $2 million, which would be worth more than $17 million today. Not bad for a guy who started from scratch in his mid-60s. Life advice number 4. You don't need everything to be right. You just need one thing to go right. Colonel Sanders didn't have a business degree. He didn't have starter capital or Instagram ads. What he had was belief, unshakable belief. Belief in his product, belief in his mission, belief in himself. He wasn't smooth. He wasn't perfect. He was stubborn, rough, unpolished, but he was real, and that's what made him unstoppable. Now, let me speak directly to you for a moment. Maybe you failed. Maybe people around you don't believe in your dream. Maybe you started and stopped so many times that you're embarrassed to try again. I get it, but here's the truth. You are not your past. You are your potential. Just like Colonel Sanders, you don't need to get right the first time or the 10th time. You just need to keep going long enough to find your yes. And when that yes comes, it can rewrite your whole story. Life advice number 5. The dream doesn't die unless you do. So don't bury your goals. Don't shrink your vision to match someone else's expectations. Don't believe the lie that says, it's too late for you. It's not too late. It's never too late. If Colonel Sanders could go from broke and forgotten to a household name in over 150 countries, what's stopping you? Take the shot. Start the thing. Share your idea. Fail, adjust, repeat. Because you never know, your best chapter might be the one you haven't written yet. And if you're thinking, I don't have the money, remember this. He didn't either. If you're thinking, I don't have the education, he didn't either. If you're thinking, I've already failed too many times, guess what? So did he. What he had was grit. And so do you. Here's your challenge today. Don't focus on how far you have to go. Focus on how far you're willing to go. Don't measure your dream by your current situation. Measure it by your determination. Because it only takes one yes to change your life. One decision, one opportunity, one moment of courage. So get back up, go again, knock on that next door, and keep knocking until it opens. Because you're not done yet, and neither is your dream. If the story lit something up inside you, if it reminded you of your own dreams, your own strength, do me one favor, like this video. And if you want more real-life stories, hard-earned wisdom, and motivation that actually means something, hit that subscribe button. Because this channel isn't just about success stories. It's about your story. And I believe your best days are still ahead. Thanks for watching.